Welcome to Season 5. Support for the BowHunterPlanet podcast is presented by
Dead Downwind, Tinks, Shadowhunter Blinds, Burris Optics, Dead Ringer, The Grind, Bomar Archery, Element Outdoors, Reveal Cellular Camera, HHA and HHA USA, Black Eagle Arrows.
additional support provided by Deer Camp Coffee and Yeti Coolers.
Hello and welcome to BowHunterPlanet Podcast. I'm Dave Thomas, tonight with Timmy and Jamie. How you guys doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm
Good.
doing the best I can.
Good. I love it.
Yeah. So welcome everyone.
So 2021, man. We're past 2020, obviously, by a couple of months here, but hopefully this is shaping up to be a good 2021 for all of us.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get rid of masks soon and live a normal life. That'd be cool.
Yeah, hunting season, I've always worn a mask. So that was a funny thing. Is like back when deer season happened, and I had all my like camel hunting masks. Everybody's making comments about like, "Oh, you bought a camel mask?" And like, no, dude, I've been wearing this for like 5 years. Like, hunting masks are common, you know. Like you don't. I didn't wear them, you know, not to get COVID or anything like that, and I'm not wearing them not to get COVID in the ground blind. I'm just wearing it because it blends you in a little bit better.
Yeah, I think for this year, I don't know. Like, it'd be nice to get back to normal. I don't necessarily think it's going to be back to normal, but I'll be happy if I can just go to Sherwood and get a beer and a meal this year.
Well, all of us have either had it or fully vaccinated, so it don't matter anymore. It's a roll.
Over, yo.
We win.
That's crazy.
So now COVID.
Are you sure about that though, Jamie?
I win.
I heard you grew a fourth nipple.
That's not safe for work. We're not going to talk about that.
That's one more than your third nipple, by the way.
It looks cool. I'm going to get them all pierced probably.
Ooh, ouch.
Oh, wow.
That's painful.
So anyway, we were talking about goals today a little bit before we started this podcast, just kind of like, what are our goals for 21 and like, what are your goals for 21? And I think it's a really important thing for hunting, obviously, specifically. Obviously, you have a separate list if you have like, you know, life goals, that's different. But so for me, I guess I'll start by saying I got a couple main goals this year. Number one is I really do want to get another turkey, but if not get a turkey, at least be there when somebody gets a turkey, because I think it's always fun to, do that hunt with somebody. The only reason I say that is, to me, turkey hunting is a lot easier than deer hunting. And I feel like if the turkey are around, you have a really good chance. And I don't really care if I don't get one, so it's not as big of a deal to me. Now, it would be cool to focus on some sort of turkey grand slam idea, but that's a little different. I think I gotta have more time. I gotta be like retired to do that, like Kevin. I gotta have retired time to be able to travel the country to get certain birds.
Yeah.
So you guys got any goals for turkey specifically?
Mine is just get one. You know, in all honesty, I have not ever hunted turkey. I've been with a lot of people that have hunted turkey themselves, and I was kind of like the counterpart to it. But a lot of times, like most of the time when I went with them, like they just couldn't seal the deal, so I'm stuck, you know, being cameraman or whatever.
I wonder who that was.
Mine is to actually get to be behind the weapon that kills the turkey this year. That's my turkey goal anyway. I got other goals, but that's my turkey goal. Jamie, how about you?
I just want to kill another one, but I want to do it with my bow. And I don't want to be in a blind. I want to use ghost blind.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. That's actually cool. Interesting, no boom, because what that does is
got
the interesting part about that.
For it.
But I was gonna say the interesting part about the ghost blind is now you can still have the two blinds where they normally were, but the ghost blind can go anywhere in the middle, anywhere. And that's huge because there's always a couple spots they pop out that would be the ghost blind's perfect for, especially
right on the corner at the top of that hill where those pine trees are. I put it right there.
They need to make a ghost blind ghillie suit.
You can still wear a
Or,
ghillie
you
suit
know,
behind it.
like one with like straps on it that goes around your shoulders, like those guys that stand on the corner telling you that the furniture store is closing, where you can just walk out in the
It
woods
spins.
with the ghost blind and nobody can see you.
That's
I'd make
awesome.
fun of that, but one of my kids is probably gonna end up doing that for a career. So
I love it. I love it. Actually, I was thinking about that because I wanted to talk a little bit about the ghost blind.
that's why you want to talk a little bit about the sign spinner.
So I mean, with a ghost blind, love the idea, but then you have to in a ground blind I wear black, right? Because I blend
Yeah.
into the background. So this isn't really a ground blind, and I get that. It's just kind of a reflective surface that's reflecting in front of you. You have to be dressed in the right camo. I would still assume, because if you're not and you pop up behind that ghost blind, or you're sitting behind the ghost blind, they could probably still see you fairly well unless you're camoed in pretty decently with your clothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're, I don't think they can really see you, because the whole point of it is that it's like a half moon. Now, if they come out to your right or left, then yeah, they're going to see you. You're
Where
gonna-
I'm thinking that wouldn't happen, but I'd probably put the decoys a little further than when I think they're going to come.
So
That way they're focused on them rather than me.
Yeah.
So I can pop them before they get there.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about one of those like ninja masks, like the cold winter ninja masks that are camo, because like your head's going to be above the ghost blind line.
Yeah, I probably just
no. Actually, it isn't. There's like these two bumps like this, and you look through this hole, but your head is actually below it, and then you come up when you're ready to fire with a bow.
Right.
With a crossbow, you might never have to, because you could shoot through that
Yeah.
hole. There's multiple holes. It goes like that around the top. So I don't think you're just lower than it somehow. That's something I don't know, because I've never used one. But
yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on it. Honestly, that's going to be a pretty cool thing.
Come grab whenever you want. They're just sitting here, so just grab one.
Love it.
Ghost blind. That's what I want to look up. Yeah, and then I put the order in for the shadow hunter blind. So I don't know. They have to make them. Everything's behind. So I don't know when we're going to actually have them.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, in all honesty, as long as we have them kind of midsummer, we're good. It's just a matter of us wanting to get content, right, and making sure that we set them up and do all that kind of stuff with them when we get them. So
unfortunately, we just can't until they can get them to us, right? I mean, there's not much we can do. But let me share this real quick. I just want to show you guys this. So you see like right here. So you're right though, Tim, because the top of your head, this is with a compound.
Right.
That's with the compound. There's a crossbow one. See, it's a little different.
Yeah. See, you probably want something like that for compound.
Yeah, for compound you have to use this one. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But for crossbow you can use the shorter one. But like Tim is right, you're going to be exposed a little bit. See,
that's all right. I mean, I just sat out there last year and I almost got one. So
you see how low he is?
Don't
He's on the ground.
It's not hard to camo your head in. You don't need, and in fact, like from your neck down, it doesn't even matter. You just got to think about that a little bit, where you're not wearing like bright colors or anything when you're bird hunting anyway.
This guy's sitting on the ground.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like that doing that low.
So
this one's on the ground.
Go back to that other page. There's 3 different sizes.
I guess so, because I didn't realize.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know there was like a ground seat type.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, they're pretty low.
Obvious. Yeah.
I wonder how it stands up.
I was just gonna ask, like, does it like stick in with stakes or anything? You have to worry about wind, but we'll figure that out. That's what I'm excited about, is because we've seen this product for years now, and we finally get our hands on it, and I'm actually super excited to see how this thing, puts up, how quickly it puts up, how destructible or indestructible it is. It's gonna be pretty fun.
Well, it could be awesome for a gun though too. You just go wherever you want.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh man, could you imagine at the property we have? That would be phenomenal, man.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Tim's gonna shoot it with his crossbow. That's for sure.
Yep.
You can see his head pretty good in that.
It's not gonna matter. Turkeys aren't that smart.
No, I mean I'm talking about for deer.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how they do it for deer. Oh wow, that's cool right there. That's really cool. But he's just couched over. Ah, Phantom.
That's pretty cool though.
Wow, look at that.
I don't know. We actually should go get a turkey gun.
Wow.
Yeah, I think there's definitely different things you have to think about, right? Because the camels are one thing, and that's not a major deal. The other thing is like you probably when you're sitting in this need to be more aware than you've ever been sitting in a ground blind.
Oh look, there it is,
the
Tim. Look,
movements.
there's a stake.
Oh, there's the stakes. Yeah,
It
that's
looks
cool.
like it's the stake system.
Oh, that makes it easy then.
What's that? What do you do there? Just for
That was
fun?
just like
Tie
a
down.
side stake to hold the sides down.
Or you could do that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Put some wood on it.
They look pretty sturdy if they're laying logs on top of it. More than just like corrugated plastic or anything like that. I'm excited though, man.
dang.
Crime.
Look at that. That's pretty cool. What an interesting product. Oh, look
It
at
is.
that. Ooh, I like that. Extenders. Did you see that? You could add
Yeah.
extenders. That's pretty cool for deer hunting. Get a little higher. But I don't know how high you want it. It might be something where you don't want it high. Because then maybe you could see it. I don't know. I didn't see extenders on here. Oh, is that what these are maybe? Oh, they are. It looks like they are.
Yeah,
Maybe
it does.
I got some of these kits, so maybe they actually came with the extenders.
Huh.
Very cool.
Oh, look, like this one. I wonder if you could go all the way around yourself. Huh. I don't know. Anyway, pretty cool.
I think it could. I think depending on where you're hunting at, it could definitely be a game changer. I'm excited about it, honestly. It's something I've been wanting to try out for years, ever since you walk into, I think it was, what was it? Cabela's maybe is where the first time that I saw one set up, and they're pretty sweet, man. I like it.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been a long time. This company's been around a long time. They must have sold the Shadow Hunter recently, or Summit Outdoors. I mean, who owns Shadow Hunter? Because I don't know how long they've owned this. I feel like I felt like it was owned by somebody else for a long time.
Yeah, you might be right. So anyway, speaking of 2021 goals, my top 2021 goal is to be respected as a bow hunter.
What's that mean?
Really? That's the reaction I get?
Respected as a bow.
Sounds great, buddy.
Respected, period, I guess. But also, I'm sorry, as a crossbow hunter.
Oh.
As a crossbow hunter. So no, I'm joking. My number one goal, honestly, has nothing to do with killing an animal. Turkey, I would love to get one. Deer, I would love to get one. But my number one goal for 2021 is the prep for deer season. I want to do more prep, more kind of property management, more setting up and scouting, finding the right places. Because I feel like for myself, when I'm setting up spots, it's kind of always like the same old. I'll spend like 20 minutes looking around and not really find anything in that 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, we'll just go back to the old faithful, if you will. But old faithful didn't work out for me the last year or two. So for me, it's really spending time scouting and prepping and getting that perfect spot set up.
To be fair, I think that I don't disagree, because that's part of the fun, and that's like one of the things I think everybody should do anyway. So I think it's fun, but I think last year was a great example of what hunting's really about, and it's luck. There's a lot of luck involved in hunting, and I think that we all think of like a spot, think, oh, that the deer always go to that spot, but that's not really true. I mean, like an example of that was the deer I got last year. I mean, really, if it wasn't for Jamie walking behind me, he wouldn't have bumped it to me. That's the thing. It was a lot of things that happened that make me had a chance to shoot that buck.
Right.
But really, I missed my opportunity earlier in that morning when it walked by, but I was in the wrong spot at the wrong time, wrong time. So I feel like it's the same with you guys, though. I feel the same thing because like that area you were in, Tim, there's big bucks all the time back in that area, but it
I
never
saw the
worked
biggest
out.
buck of my life. Huge 12 point behind
Yeah.
me. It was behind me and
You
too far away from me.
probably should push behind you though now. We're gonna have to
Back
see
into
how
the
this all
woods.
works out, right?
Are they for sure putting that in there?
Everything's gonna be different.
Yeah,
Is it for
that's
sure
what
going up?
that's what I mean is like with the changes that we have going on in the property this year. I think we, but me personally want to take a little bit more ownership of where I go and how it's set up, and
Well,
because a lot of times like with ground blinds, you're just like, oh, this is good, I'm gonna throw it up, and if it doesn't work, I have another spot to go to. But I want to be very intentional of kind of where I go and
well,
what we
there's
do.
some good news in this. The good news is a couple things. Number one, we got Reveal to help us figure out a little bit of that information early on. So we can start putting those back out like in the summer, and then we should see what happens with the fence going up, right? The camera will tell us. We'll put one right on the fence line to see if they're walking the line, right? It's going to tell us right off the bat what's changing, especially by you, Tim, because it's going to funnel from that fence. So we could put those cameras like every like 20 yards. You know what I mean? Like, so you could see what are they doing? Are they coming like this? Are they going like this? How are they crossing that area? You know? The other thing is this ghost blind could be a game changer for deer hunting. Like, because we're not used to using this, but like this could really help you get closer than you think right now. I mean, if you were like dead down, win it up like big time and like ghost blind it with a full camo and like no, if you had an area where you know they're coming out and you could get that thing between some trees, like I mean, who knows what you could do as long as you're there before they come through. It's sky's the limit. I mean, it changed a lot.
Yeah, and
We'll
that's
have to
really
see.
it, is figuring out the deer movement, because I feel like last year I thought I had a really good spot. Really, really did. I was super confident early in the year saying I'm not going to take a doe. I'm not going to take a doe because I'm just seeing deer all the time. All the time. They were a little bit too far away, but I just knew either I was going to have a big buck come in where it's going to be a great bow shot, or I was going to save the shot for gun. And it just happened where they completely changed their movements later down in the season, where when I was hunting kind of softly, if you will, at the beginning of the season, when I started to hardcore hunt towards the end of the season, they just completely changed what they were doing. And I think that to me is like kind of the pre-work, is to say, okay, this spot might be really, really good. It might look amazing, but let's look at the spot that I'm setting up here, and let me get another strategic spot somewhere else that I'm going to be able to see the same deer but at a different angle. So like last year, right? I had 3 different spots that I was hunting. I had the field, I had the woods, and then I had across the road. I had 3 spots set up, but none of them were complementing each other.
Yeah.
Right? So if this one didn't work, then I might be sitting somewhere else, but it's a shot in the dark as to whether I'm going to see anything over there, because I haven't patterned or seen those deer and how they're moving in that other area. So I want to be able to set up some spots that say, okay, this is going to be my main spot, so to speak, but I want to strategically place some other ones around that, so that this isn't working, I can jump to other areas where I know there's deer because I'm seeing them in that one spot, but have a better strategic angle or strategic opportunity to get those same deer, and not completely different deer in a completely different area. Because I feel like I waste a lot of time like going across the street and hunting there, not knowing what's there, and then all of a sudden I sit there and nothing shows up, and I'm like, well, shoot. I mean, I know I probably would have seen something over here, but I know they're there, so let me set up some spots along that other side so I can kind of make sure that no matter where they're at, if they're not coming out here, then maybe I'm 60 or 80 yards away in another spot, and I'm going to see them there instead, because I know they're traveling through there somewhere.
I think some of the focus though that's being missed a lot, to be honest, and I think that maybe, I don't know, I know you tried it a little bit, but the 15 portion I feel like is being missed completely. And I felt like after what we saw there last year, there was a lot
big
more
buck
potential
living
there.
back there. And if
That's what I was saying.
That's where I shot
even
my
Ron messed it up. If he would have just listened to me and hunted it, he would have got him.
No, and that is where I shot my buck. So whether it's on the field or whether it's on the 15, I think even on the 15, I have the one spot that I go to, but I need to have 2 or 3 other strategic spots where if they're not there at that time, that I can shift to another area, because I know they're there. It's just a matter of being in the right spot at the right time, and I don't feel like I cover the area enough.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like that for all of us. I mean, there's not the problem with that land the way we have it. There's just not really. I mean, there's only like certain areas, and I feel like there's not really like there's not like a plan B for any of us realistically. It's
Right.
really just like, hey, no boom. If you're not gonna hunt the 20-foot area, I'm gonna hunt 20-foot area. And if he's like, well, I'm gonna hunt 20-foot area, then I'm gonna go hunt the back other corner. But there's not really like a secondary option. It's really just a whole region that we're kind of split off in. And then you got like the 20-foot area, the center where you're at, Tim, on the right, and you got the back bull area, which we really just hunt one guy back there. But I mean, it's pretty vast area. And then the 15, which I feel like has been underrated for a while now. It might be something we need to all focus on next year and setting up a really good spot there. And so anybody can go to it and have that extra backup.
Yeah.
Ron picked the best spot. It's all about getting up in that tree.
Well, I think we just need to set it up because now that if this fence going to be there, that actually might end up being one of the better areas to go hunt.
Yeah.
This
all might change
have
what
to
we
set up
see.
around the whole bowl. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, we can get two guys on that bull area for sure. They'll definitely get two guys over there.
But I think to your point,
Bow hunting's hard for that because there's really, I mean, unless you go in the woods part.
Correct. Yeah.
Like
There's
the
like a
back-
backup.
right. Yeah,
But then
I
you're
would
cutting
think-
you're cutting the other dude off pretty harsh.
No, I think you got to work the perimeter, right? Because they got to come
I was thinking
into
the
the property
perimeter,
from
yeah.
somewhere.
It's just
or
hard to
exit
get it in
from
that
somewhere.
perimeter, right? Because I've thought
Yeah,
about that.
where they don't see you.
Because
Well, I would
I
think-
put the blind on that corner that sticks out, but there's almost never a shot, and you can't really get up in a tree there.
Well, I think that kind of it just what Dave said earlier makes a lot of sense. Is that I hate to say it, but some of it to me is about the pressure. So having those movements around the property and having us kind of hunting separately from each other, I think makes it tougher at times. Where if you're
Yeah.
hunting the same property, yeah, you might be hunting the same couple of bucks, between a group of people, but there's more opportunities because you might scare them off and they might come over here. You might do something and it might change their pattern enough where you get a better shot at them.
Then we also have to see how do we get to these spots.
Well, that's
So-
true too. Yeah, no doubt.
So this is the bowl. This is where Jamie was sitting last year. I shot a doe here. Brian shot a deer here. I don't know if
Yeah.
Jamie shot here. You put that blind here, Jamie, on the corner,
Yeah,
but that didn't work because it just too far for a bow.
it's good for gun, but yeah.
So I would think that you already have two stands here. I would think you could put another stand in this top corner, which Ron has one, but we could play around with that and move it forward and have it face more out towards, I can't figure this out, this way,
Yeah.
towards where you turkey hunt. And then if you go back here, if you go back here and go back across the field where the buildings are, you could actually put a stand overlooking the field in the top corner. Even though there's action there from people, I see a lot of deer across that field, a lot of deer from the side we walk in
that
on.
open area.
Yeah, there's a huge field, right? That big field.
No, but yeah, but there's the field, but you got that wood line, right? But then there's a break in the wood line that goes to the buildings.
Correct. Yeah, anywhere in
So
there.
they
Anywhere.
cross in there.
I'm just saying, like they're always there. I could have shot 2 deer easy this year. They would have been does probably, but who knows what's going to walk through? You just don't know. I'm just saying that there are some options to put people or try some things, And then like the 20-foot area might have to be adjusted now because if the one stand I just put up last year, Tim and I, is on the fence now, we're gonna have to move that. So what's the difference? We just move it across. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That area is gonna be harder to hunt now, the 20-foot area, because of this fence. That's gonna mess everything up.
We have to
in that
kick
area.
back in the woods a little bit, but it's
I feel like for me, from like where
The
my
river
spot
stand.
is at, where because of the fence that's going to go up, I'm not going to have a shot across like kitty corner at all anymore.
You're gonna get pushed into.
But watching the deer from last year, even though I saw them kitty corner, and that was the shot that I was banking on, 40 to 80 yards, whether it was bow or gun, I saw more action behind me down the hill.
That's where you need to be.
Woods.
You know where you
Yeah,
had
that's
that
where you-
other
And
blind?
that's where I think I need to go is
That other
down the
blind that you
hill,
had is
right
where
at the
you
base
should
of the
go.
hill. Because
Where
it
we should
kind
put
of
something there.
Yeah, because there's not a ton of room between where that's at and the road that goes through on the other side. And I feel like they travel through that area and then come up and around me on either side.
So here's my suggestion. I think what we need to do is sit down together over a beer, maybe even go there and do it. And that way we can like spend a weekend like looking. But I think we need to like pull a big piece of paper out
Pull
and
up
a
some
map.
Onyx maps.
Yeah, and then okay, but what I think we should do is set these areas up to where anybody can hunt them. So like if we go to where we're talking about putting Tim's blind, well maybe what we do is we build them like a wood structure that's not structure, but like a wood area that his blind can pop into or a ghost blind can pop into, and then above it to the right there's a tree stand system for somebody to use. That way you have multiple options, especially if Tim's not there and it's like just you and me, no boom. And I'm like, I want to go hunt back there, but I don't want to sit no ground blind, and vice versa. Then if the other areas like by the bowl have a ground blind that's in place all year that Tim can go in, it just makes more sense, I think, for moving people around and having options. That's all.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but and I know the fence is going to change a lot, so don't get me wrong. I hate to say it, but I think we need to revamp a lot. That's that.
Yeah.
You're gonna. I think we set cameras
the
first.
7 spots that we have. We need to.
You gotta wait till it's up, set cameras, then do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're not moving it 10 times.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think that the issue I have right now with that land is not an issue, but I mean, it's the one thing I don't like about it is I feel like we don't have anywhere that is a sure thing, but I know that's hard to say in hunting, but let's just say there's nowhere we can go. Point. There's nowhere we can go right now and say, 90% you're going to shoot a doe. Like, when I used to hunt with Sean Meisner, it was 100% I could kill a doe every freaking hunt.
I had that spot too, though. I had that spot for 7 years. I had that spot. It was guaranteed doe every year. Last 3 years, nothing.
No, but I guess what I'm getting at, Tim, is we don't really have a food area.
That's absolutely true. Yeah.
So this is my question though, and this is what I want to talk to Jamie and his dad about. Is there any way we can get the farmer to do something for us specific? Or at least ask him, pay for it. Is there any way we can pay him to put a soybean area in of just soybean, like an acre? You know what I mean?
I think it's a great idea, but we have to
see what the fence is like first. You got to see where the fence is.
I know where, and I was going to say by the bowl, that big field.
I don't know, man. He pays for the alfalfa, so that'd be a big.
Well, maybe can we buy some of the alfalfa? Can we keep an area that's not cut? That's what I'm getting to here. Is there any way we can get like?
Listen, Jamie, money ain't a thing. Money ain't a thing, bro.
Well, we could pay for it. What's the difference? So what I'm saying is, if we can get a 10-yard stretch that stays, and we just talk to the farm, be like, hey, leave this 10-yard stretch. Don't ever cut it. Just let it keep growing, and we'll pay you. Just let us know what it's worth, and we'll pay for it. You know what I mean? Like. Maybe it's an option.
It is. No,
it doesn't hurt to ask. That's all I'm saying.
It wouldn't, especially if you have it around the perimeter. And I think it's a great idea. And that'd be awesome if like you could do something around the whole perimeter. I think and that side's a little bit different. The rest of the perimeter, though, I think our problem is going to be, are they traveling the perimeter or not? I guess that's going to be the biggest thing. And I have a feeling they are not.
The first year, I guarantee you, they're going to tuck in the woods for that.
Yep, I do.
So that's where we got to set up.
I guess the other question is he even going to farm it this year because of the fence? Can he even get in there?
I'm sure he's going to do outside and inside, and that field's about all he's got left. So that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean he'll lose some of it, but I think it's still probably because he's got that whole area next to the hangars too, over by us.
We'll see.
Yeah. I'm excited though. I like thinking about those things. This is fun. It's fun to try to be strategic. God, I would love to get corn.
And then just accidentally knock it all down. So that's all.
Can you imagine if they did corn?
I'd rather have a real food plot than any of that stuff, though.
I'll take anything that's going to keep deer on that land. They'll never do corn because they can't see the deer.
I don't think deer stay on that plant.
We need soybean.
We need clover, I think.
Deer down.
We could do clover ourselves, though. That would be easy.
Am I talking to myself?
I am talking to myself.
Sorry, Tim. Go ahead.
I honestly do not think deer, other than the bull, bed down on that property whatsoever.
I think the bucks
there's times where
they do. They do, but it's back in the woods underneath those pines, and then it's across in the neighbors.
Yep. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. It's back behind you.
Right. That's what I mean. Not on the property. And the pines make a lot of sense.
We could put our big boy pants on and actually go back by there, I guess.
You know what we should do? Help. I have an idea. I think what we should do is next time we're there, I think we should, if we're all good for this year and we're sticking around and stuff, I think we should take a 6-pack of beer and like something tasty, like a cake or something, and go to each neighbor and like knock on the door and be like, hey, just let you know, if you need anything, let us know. We're your hunting neighbors, and just give them beer.
I like it.
Luckily for you, I've already made the relationships with the ones that count.
I agree,
Yeah,
but
it
it
wouldn't
doesn't hurt to stop in and
to
say,
Dave's
hey,
point, though, it's not a bad idea just to say, hey, you know, hunting
Yeah.
Just
season
a
coming up.
gesture.
Just wanted to say hi. We're going to be out and about, and we're not
Yeah, if
looking
we
to
cross
walk
the
on your
line on
property.
accident,
No,
I apologize.
Yeah, you know, and just
That's
to
what I'm
say
saying.
hi. So if they see
Yeah,
our
I
face or we knock on their door, they're not.
I wouldn't cross that. Wouldn't cross the guy who's behind us line.
Yeah.
I thought you thought he's good with you.
He is, but if he sees people on his property, he doesn't know. I'm afraid to see how he's gonna react. Just like any.
He's gonna know us. I'm bringing him beer and cake.
Yeah, no, I think
That's
that's
the
the
point.
right call for sure.
I mean, and exchange numbers to make sure we all have his number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In case we have to go ask him to go across and talk to him about it. Just like, hey.
who I want the number.
These guys
I
are bad
want is
shots,
that freaking
all right?
house with
So-
the dog
Yeah.
across that little dirt road, because every morning when they wake up, they let their stupid dog out, and you hear it bark all the time. Drives me nuts.
I know there's still a dog there. I thought there wasn't.
They don't let it run loose like the old one, but you can.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, we talked enough. Thanks for us listening, guys. We know this one was long, but is really helpful for us. Maybe not for you guys as much,
Yeah.
but
Thanks for listening to our thoughts.
thanks for us our planning for 2021. So it should be a
Half
good
of them are
year.
gonna be like, these dudes got no idea what they're talking about.
It's part of the fun.
The one thing I'm looking forward to the most, though, is Sherwood. That's what I'm looking for. It's a restaurant bar microbrew in the downtown city of Hastings.
Looking
it's
forward to
really
having a beer with you guys.
Can't wait. Actually, we could probably do that next week. I'm ready to go.
Good.
All right, we'll see you guys
All right.
next time on the show. Bye bye. Bye bye. I can't find my button. See ya.